Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we are diving deep into one of the most exciting ways to make your Power BI dashboards more interactive and visually powerful. Alright, we are looking at conditional formatting. Whether you're a beginner or just looking to polish your visuals, I'll walk you step by step through how to use colors, icons, and data bars to highlight insights that matter most in your reports. Now, what are conditional formatting, or what is conditional formatting in Power BI? Right, so conditional formatting in Power BI simply means automatically changing the look of your visuals, like the color of the cells, the fonts or bars, based on the values in your data. All right, it just simply helps you to quickly spot trends and outliers and probably key insights without needing to read every number. Okay, and so that is what we are looking at in today's video. Okay, so in this video I'm going to show you how to do this using this visualization that I've created right over here. Okay, so now if you look at this visualization, we have the sum of total borrowed amount by acquisition channel, and then these are slices, the 2023 2024, they are just slices. All right, and this is my visual. Okay, so what conditional formatting is going to help us do is that now if you look at this at first glance, you are going to have to get closer and then or highlight on them to know what the numbers say, all right, or what the total borrowed amount is for each acquisition channel. All right, but with conditional formatting, we are able to just easily identify which ones are highest depending on a rule or set of conditions that you are going to give the visualization. All right, so depending on the rule or condition, all right, that's what I call conditional formatting. And so what I can do is that I can look at this visualization, or if my manager is to give me this particular assignment and he wants to just see, the acquisition channel that is earning above, all right, above, or the acquisition channel that brought in above maybe 300 million US dollars. All right, if that is just what he wants to see, now I can't just get that for him unless I use what we call the filters over here. All right, but the conditional formatting will help us to easily color that particular or those particular channels, acquisition channels, which brought in that much value. And so my manager will just come in here, and instead of seeing all black, because we've given it condition, when we open this for him, we can easily tell by the color that we've given the particular visualization. All right, and so that is how the conditional formatting works. And so in this particular instance where we have this particular visualization, let's say we want to conditional format this, all right, with a certain rule. Now how do you do this? So I'll come right here. Okay, so I'll come right here. All right, okay, so I'll come right here, all right, and then I need to give this visualization. I need to give it a conditional formatting rule or whatever that I want to show. All right, and so once I come right over here, okay, now I'm going to search for the bars because it's the bars that are telling the story. All right, and not the y-axis or x-axis or the grid lines or zoom slider or data labels. So the data labels do their work, but in this case we're looking at conditional formatting, and so we just want to format, the visualization so that anyone that takes a look, based on the rules that we've set, would and identify or understand at first glance. All right, so the conditional format is going to be based on the bars, all right, on these visualizations, the bars itself. Okay, and so you come right here and then you search for bars. All right, and now when you click on bars, all right, it's going to, you click on the drop down, it's going to give you this. Now what we can do is that you come to color, and if you change the color for the bars, the colors are going to change, but they is still the same thing. And so in this case, how do we identify the ones that are just 300 million and above? All right, and which ones are less than 200 million? Okay, and that is why this is there. So this fx is what is giving us the conditional formatting option, all right, to conditionally format the visualization. All right, and so once you click on the fx, it's going to take you right over here. Now here there are a lot of things you can do over here. Now the first way to conditionally format your visualization is to use a gradient. All right, so what a gradient is simply going to do is going to show you this. So based on what information you provide, a is going to give you that color for the visualizations. All right, and so let's say in this case, what I want to say is that, all right, I want it as gradient, And what field should we base this on? And we are basing this on the sum of total borrowed amount. That is what we have here. So let me show you. So these visuals are based on the sum of total borrowed amount. As you can see, this is acquisition channel by the sum of total borrowed amount. All right, and that's what we have there. So we are basing the field on that, on the sum of total borrowed amount, and we are finding the sum. All right, if you are finding the average, you can as well just click on the drop down and you can see the average, the mean, the maximum, the count extent. They are all here. All right, so based on what you are looking at, all right, you can do all that. Okay, and then you can come there and it says minimum. When it says minimum and then maximum, excuse me, and so we have the lowest value and then we have the highest value, and you are free to add a middle color as well. Now what this simply means is that you are telling Power BI that, okay, so if the lowest value in this, all right, so the lowest values, all right, if they are, if so, in this case, this and this will be our lowest values. All right, and I'm saying that, all right, so based on this visualization, the lowest values, I want their colors to be maybe black, all right, and then the highest value, which is the upper ones, the very top items, all right, I want the colors to be maybe white. All right, now what I can also do is I can also add a middle color and say for the middle ones, all right, or items that are in the middle, all right, that they are neither the highest nor the lowest, I want their colors to be maybe probably this. All right, and so if I hit, I'm done with everything, I'm okay with this, I hit on okay. All right, and then it shows me this, and so it shows me that, all right, so you said the lowest should be this, and so this is the lowest. You said the highest should be color white, and so this is the highest color, and then it takes the middle colors, and then the middle color based on what we have, all right, based on what we provided, excuse me, it will just do just that as well. So we said white, and then we added the middle color, and the middle color we said we want it to be this. All right, and so you took the lowest, which was this, the highest, which was this, and then the middle colors, which are a combination of all this that is in the middle. All right, so this is how you can use the conditional formatting. This is one way to do this, but personally I don't really like to use it like this. What I like to do is I like to give it a rule. Okay, and so let's try that as well. And so click on effects, and now instead of gradient, what I'm going to do is I'm going to come here and I'm going to say rules. So I'm giving it a rule, and again I'm basing my field, all right, on the sum of total borrowed amount that is in this particular visualization. All right, and I'm looking at the summation. Now like I said, we can look at the average, the mean, the max as well. Okay, so let's try with the sum once again and see. And so this is the summarization. All right, and the rule that I want to give it is I want to say if the value, all right, is greater or equal to, all right, so if the value is greater or equal to maybe 300 million, all right, greater or less than 300 million. So I need to change this percentage to number because I'm looking at the number, not the percentage. All right, so it's greater or equal to 300 million, and then it's less than, all right, let me say less than 315 million. All right, 15 million. Then what do I want to do with that? All right, so I'm going to say, all right, so with that I want you to color it black. I just want to identify it, so I want it black. All right, then I'm going to click on OK, and so it's going to show me at first glance that these two acquisition channels, they brought in more than 300 million but less than 315 million. All right, so if you look at this, you can see that it's showing that 310 million. All right, and if you look at this is showing 303 million. So conditional formatting has helped us identify which two acquisition channels bring in more than this particular amount but less than this particular amount. Now you can see this is 315 million, and so it isn't bringing this because that is not what our rule gave us. Our rule gave us greater or equal to 300 million and then less than 315 million. And so anything above 315 million, it didn't give us, it didn't color it. All right, and anything less than 300 million, it also didn't color it. So this is one way to use the conditional format. Now let's say that we want to say, all right, so we only want those that are 315 million, they are greater or equal to 315 million, all right, and less than maybe 400 million or even 320 million. If you are targeting just the one on top, all right, so you're going to say that it's just going to show just the one on top. All right, just going to show just the one on top.